What's up, guys? Just trying to make sure my volume's working correctly. Sounds like it. All right. We got about 5 more minutes before the shoot. Let me fix this real quick here. There you go. Just give me a minute. We're still just kind of getting our stuff set up. We got about 5 minutes before the Tokyo market opens. For shorts, we're kind of looking for the New York PM low to hold, which is 29. So see if we get one more push right here. But if we stay above 29, we could be looking for longs all the way. So we'll just kind of wait and see what happens with this 29 level. Trying to get the chart straightened out a little bit. All right, like I said, back below 29, we're going to be looking for shorts. Why did you? Oh, it didn't disappear. So once again, our opening range trade worked out for us this morning. I don't think we've lost in, but at least over 2 weeks since we've taken a loss on that opening trade. Now we've taken losses just trading here and there, but the one setup that I look for in the mornings, we haven't taken a loss on quite a minute. Guys, we got about 4 more minutes. We're probably going to wait for the Tokyo Open, which is at 8 o'clock. I wish we could have made more money off of our opening trade this morning, but we only made $80, so wasn't a big win, but it was still a win. We'll bring it over here in a minute, and I'll break it down for you what we were looking for. You actually could have just taken the breakouts this morning if you wanted to, and they both would have worked because one went down like 100 points, then back up to the top side here. So I waited for the reversal this morning to take my long. And actually, you got really multiple good opportunities this morning, but I feel like this is that one where I had a little issue with my Tradevate. It kind of logged in late. It put my entry in late. So what we do is we pretty much try to take the 15-minute 8 o'clock to 8:15 breakout. So we had the push out this morning. You pushed down 100 points. I mean, had a nice push out this morning. But I like the push back in. My favorite one is this setup here where it pushes out, then pushes back out the other side. So we took the long on the push out to the other side. Then you had another entry, which we did not take, was a retest of that entry. And that is another good funded trade too. If you're looking for a nice funded trade setup, is this and pull back. You don't really get this one every day, but at least 2 or 3 times a week it happens. But sometimes it happens so fast. I need to make sure my stuff is not stacked on top of each other. Doesn't look right there. Why is that? I'm trying to see why those words are all kind of fibbled together like that. I can't really tell. I'm just going to take them off. We'll look at them later. That makes the charts just look kind of... Yes. There's a lot to it. Where are you stuck at, Jake? I'll try to give you a hand. Once you set it up, did you follow the step-by-steps in those videos that I gave you with the RTrader Pro to the Ninja Trader, then over to just your app Ninja Trader? All right, the Tokyo market is open. Yes, that is the most important part, the RTrader Pro. Did you get it activated? So, let's see. You just have to sign those contracts. And this is all you got to do is just put in the username, that username password that they give you on Bulanox. System is Bulanox. I tried Bulanox. It would not let me log in. So I did Ripnik Paper. Under systems. Okay. Well, give me a few minutes after I'm done streaming and I'll look at it, because I can't log into RTrader Pro. They might be some people out there that sells courses. I don't sell courses because I don't really do any kind of like teaching. I just share what I do, and if you want to use it, use it. If not, I'm just here for the trading journey, G, and just sharing my journey and what setups I'm using. But I don't ever do any kind of like teaching or showing people how to trade or, giving people that type of information. That puts a lot more stress on you, especially if you're selling like those like Discord copy your entries and all that stuff. Some people out there, I mean, almost everything you need to learn is on YouTube or online. And you got to think trading has been around for as long as like the last 100 and something years. There's so much information online that you can learn about trading that it is just endless information. But I'll make sure I help you get that set up, Jake. Did the Ripnik login paper didn't work? Oh, it did work? Okay. So do you got it set up and using now? Or are you on the... Where are you at now? Is it... I guess I need to go back and change that then. I thought it was Bulanox. So are you able to take trades now with Bulanox? What's up, Alan? How are you doing? Let's see. We got silver to practice, maybe some silver, and awesome Bitcoin, micro Bitcoins. The 9, the 21, and the 50. Most of the time, they're just there for reference. Most of the time, I don't really use them that much. I trade more off of support and resistant levels than anything. So right now, my short bias is 329. So above 329, we look for longs. Back below 329, we look for shorts. But I think we're going to be kind of in a choppy area for a little bit. You can look at the charts and tell. I mean, it'll take a lot for us to get through this in the evenings. So I think we're going to be kind of stuck in a range. I think the shorts are better. If I was going to take something, the longs just look like it would be really tough to get through. And I'm trying to find a short below the 29. But we're just waiting on the see if the 29 is going to fail. And that's based off the... Let me pull this down right here so it's easier to see. So these are the levels that we're looking at. So this is your New York PM low. So this is a possibility where we could go by London. So this is why I'm short bias below 329. So if 329 fails, this is your area of trading during the New York PM session. So I'm just waiting to see if we're going to lose that, or do we go back up? We continue higher overnight. So this is why I said 29 is kind of my area for. We're just kind of waiting to see what happens with this 29 level. If we can find support below 29, we're going for shorts. Support back up 29, longs. So that's what we're just kind of sitting here waiting. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Alan. Hopefully there's plenty of indicators in there you can find that's fairly useful. A lot of free cheap I mean, a lot of free indicators for Ninja. So is the green a little easier to see, or should I go back to white, or is the white easier to see? I was trying to make the numbers a little easier to see. I don't know how well you can see the numbers. Correct. Especially in the overnight session. Oh, the color is not the issue for me. Okay. So it's just, they're just small. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at my channel now and I can barely see the numbers myself. Even if I go like all the way. I don't know if you can make those numbers bigger or not. I mean, I know you can spread them out, but I don't know if you can see them. Let's see. I'm trying to add account to Ninja. I did the import license key on website. I do not have a live account. Does it tell you got to have a live account with Ninja? Because I don't think, I'm not sure if I have a live account. I mean, you just have to sign up for their account. Well, on the Ninja website, you do have to create an account on the Ninja website. Correct. Yeah, it's a sim account. So let's have you got to this part here? Right now, guys, we're just kind of just sitting on the sideline. There's really not a lot for us to do. The market's just barely moving. I'm still waiting for us to kind of just get below the. Oh, it says it's detected that the live chat didn't appear. Okay. Let's so when you go to connections, you don't see this configuration right here. Let me see something. Okay, give me a minute. Let me see if a methodical man remembers. I remember you have to go to you have to I want to feel like you have to click something to make that appear. Let me see if I can remember that. Let's see, it's under tools, instrument, database, missions, options. Yeah, give me a minute, Jake. We'll try to figure it out. I remember something about that, like when you first set up Ninja, but I kind of forgot about that until you were saying that. Something about it. Let's see. Like I said, guys, we're just kind of sitting here just waiting. We kind of have to wait for and see what happens with that 29 level. Oh no, you're fine. Trust me, when I first started, I set up Ninja Trader, I had a lot of issues too. See. All right. Tools. Option. Go to generals. Trying to see if I can find it. It should look like this. I mean, you do have a sim account, but it should show you all your like your accounts that you have with them. No, I'm pretty sure there's like a button. Yeah, the morning time's usually the best time to trade. So I'm looking for us to lose the 29. Once we lose that 29 area, and I know we're going to stay under, that's when we're going to probably put a short on. We got, what, a minute left on this 5-minute candle? Yeah, I think there's with that, Jake, I think all you have to do is unclick something. I'm trying to figure out what that was. So 29 will be your line in the sand. Back above 29, we'll probably close this trade. Let's see. Do I default to a risk 1 to 2 ward? No, not with the eval. Yeah, I'm hoping once we kind of find support under this 29, we don't come back there for the rest of the night. Yeah, I don't think Methodical Man remembers either, but we'll figure it out, Jake. Remember, guys, we're only in this for 2 micros. We're gonna be way under leverage because we only need to make, I think, like 170 on this account, 150 to pass it, and it is. I'll bring it over and show you. It's this one here. So right now we're sitting at 26,342. So we're not going to over leverage our account. So we're only going to be trading 2 or 3 micros like usually. So this way, if we take losses, it's not the end of the world. So let's see, tools, options. Oh, shoot. Wasn't paying attention. Sorry. All right, let's just see if that was another retest of the 29. Don't really want it to make a higher here. So back above 34, probably going to have to close. Yeah. Son of a bee. I can't see my close button, sorry. So put us down 68. How much time we got left on this? 1 minute. That's not looking too good. If it doesn't start coming back down, we can always try to enter maybe one more to get a better entry and see if we can hit our first target sooner. Right now we're down 52. The previous day sessions close for the New York level. It can be kind of iffy around the beginning. Yeah, this it looks like it's going to the top side. Let's pull fib on this and see if we can lose. If this pulls back and the 50% holds, more likely we're going to be going back upside. All right, what we can do is pull fib on this 5-minute candle. For the bears, if you're still short, you would want to lose 50% of this candle. But if the 50% holds between the 23 and 50, we're going to continue higher. A lot of times, this is how I'll like determine if the market's going to continue higher. I think it uses the 4 o'clock one. Yeah, it uses the 4 o'clock. I didn't notice that this candle did not bleed that, so yeah. Yeah, I guess it would be 5 p.m. Eastern time, Alan, because I'm on Central time, so I keep thinking of 4 o'clock. Remember, guys, if we can't lose 50% of this candle, this is going back up. And that's also at that 29%. That's kind of my bull bear line this evening. I'm hoping that all this consolidation that we have here to the left right here will keep us from moving up. But this time of the night's the worst time to over leverage. All right, here's that 50% of the leg. If we lose 50%, we should get a nice push down. But if we don't, that's when we'll start possibly closing. Oh, we think we're going to lose it. Sorry. It starts at 8 o'clock Eastern time. All right, back to break even. We're going to go to break even at the first target. No, don't just tick me. We got that swing level there, so there might be a lot of resistance there. You got to be careful. So that's why we were trying to get short before it ran these wicks. You can see we have the swing. All right, so we're still going to risk our profits here possible. Because, like I said, I'm still short bias on that 29 level. I just don't know if we're going to stay in this crazy range right here. Because we could hit the 305s and come all the way back up to 25 before we even sell back down. So I think that's what I'll do is I'll just risk the profits that we make and see if we continue getting that sell. I feel like there's a long ways to the downside. There's your 300. So this is where you could get a pushback all the way up to the 20s here. So just be aware of that if you jumped in late. What's up, Ponzi? The Department of War won't allow the dips. Come on, man. You got to root on the shorts here. We got a long ways to the downside here. We got all the way to the 24,000, all the way back down to the 25,000s overnight session. Just filled in a little 5-minute gap. I think I'm going to target the 75. Or 80. We'll do 80. Pete done got drunk again. I don't know. I don't really follow those people. I'm one of those people, I keep to myself too much. The only people I ever pretty much think about is the wife, kids, and grandkids. And a few outside family members. I'm sorry, Ram. We're trading MNQ, which is the NASDAQ on micros. You pretty much need to trade micros if you're going to trade the 25 accounts or the 50Ks. You can maybe do a mini on a 50K, but it's still super being super over leveraged. Because you got to think. So, like, let's just say a while ago when I was down like 10, 20 points. I mean, that's like $400 or $500 on one mini contract. So I use the micros. All right. Let me see if I can figure out why. Sorry if I missed something on the chat there, guys. Remember, guys, if we hit the 300, hopefully this holds here, because you got a lot of wicks here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wicks. So even if we push back up, you kind of want to see all these wicks to keep us from moving back up higher. Give me a minute. I was trying to figure out something real quick. Give me a minute. Sorry. Okay. Jake, you still in the lobby? What's up, Yan? How are you doing? Jake, are you still here in the lobby? Hey, yes. Just that's what I was trying to figure out for you. I just found it. Yeah, you go to tools, options, general, and select multi-provider. I guess I need to go update some of those videos. All right, good deal. That's what I was doing. I couldn't remember because you only do it once. And so I forgot about it until you were saying something about it a while ago. Okay, now you should be good to install your configurations on Bulanox. Remember, guys, it's always a battle between the 90 and 300 here. So this is normal price action that you have to deal with when trying to get through the 300. I mean, we can even make a possible push all the way back up to 325 here. I'm hoping it doesn't get through 312. I'm hoping that all these down wicks kind of keep us from moving higher here. So, shoot. But you know how it is at nighttime, guys. It's like super slow price action. I mean, this is all normal price action in the nighttime. All right, do we push all the way back up to the 25? This is what I was talking about. From the 300, we could easily go all the way up to the 25 here. So even though that we're in negative drawdown, this is just pretty much just risking the profits that we made a while ago. All right, here's the 25. Last level of defense is going to be that 30.29 area. So if we can't hold that, it's probably just going to stop us out. There's the 29. Yep, it looks like it's about to stop us out here. Last level here, guys. Through the 29.30, it's going up. Nope. The runner contract didn't get anything. It's going pretty good, Thomas. All right, so next level up's probably going to be up there at the 43. I still don't think we move up. I still think that we're just going to end up hitting this to push back down. Was trying to catch a bigger move to the downside, but instead it's just a break-even trade. I mean, we were up 23 points. I guess we could have took the extra 40 bucks there, but I don't think it's that big of a deal at nighttime. So we're still at pretty much break even, or we started out today. Since 5 p.m. So are you activated, Jake? Now all you gotta do is do the configuration and you should be good to go. See configuration. And these are your settings for your configurations here. Connections names, username, password, and system Ripnik paper trading. And that should get you going. Oh, look at this thing going to push back down on us. We may just be stuck in this range until probably 10 o'clock tonight. I'm missing out charts. Oh, yeah. And you can also do a oh, you still, is that what you're looking for too, Kevin? Is that 29? Yeah, I mean, we're still just stuck around that 29 level. That's what I've been trying to, that's what I was taking my short based off on a while ago, was that 29. It was actually, oh, I guess it would be the New York. It would be the New York low, not necessarily the close. I'm sorry, Alan. The close. or the low of the New York session is 29 for the PM session. Let's see, the previous day close. You're right. The previous day close is 61.62. I'm sorry. I guess I kind of read the indicator. It's actually the low of the New York PM session. So we did actually close up here. Dude, this ain't gonna make me. I'm trying to keep not from jumping back into this. I still can't tell if this 29 is gonna hold here. Where's the super trend? What's that? 62. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle. So let's see if this new 5-minute candle, what it's going to do. See if it's going to print below this 29. Remember, guys, we're only going in with 2 micros. About to have a new 5-minute candle. Maybe the bulls are going to stay in control. All right, so this is how we're going to play this. If this candle cannot break this candle, we're going to close. All right, so it didn't break it. So that's usually a good indicator if we're going to continue higher or lower whenever you get these like big wick candles. I was trying to get in as close to that 29 as possible. So if this candle cannot push to the top of this candle, we're going to close this. But as soon as it pops it, we're like, okay, we'll stick around a little bit. So this is usually a setup that I like taking during the New York session. Okay. Nope. All right. Let's see if we break the 25 now. All right. Still waiting. Man, this price action is no fun tonight, guys. Oh, I know this thing. This just didn't do me dirty. Most of the time, that's usually a good indicator of longer high during the AM session, but I'm not saying it's the same for the PM session. So a lot of times we will take this type of play during the PM, like New York PM session, but you have a lot more volume, so you don't get all this choppy mess. All right, so that put us down $30. Sorry about my charts. I'm hoping 43 right here. It's just the New York micros. So instead of $20 a point, these are $2 a point. So I have to trade on small accounts because I'm trading prop firms on these 25Ks and 50Ks. So I can't usually trade no more than like 2 to 5 micros for most part. So this account here, I strictly only do it on the opening. So I only take this trade on the opening. Oh, that was dirty on that long, guys. Dirty, dirty, dirty. So 62 is probably going to be the possible line in the sand here for the ups. And that is at the previous day close, the 62. I don't see how it doesn't get stuck at the 62 here. Yeah, I want to say, Jake, we're on like at least a 2 or 3 week win streak with the opening trade. I don't think we've taken a loss with the opening trade in several weeks. Now the nighttime, on the other hand, is a totally different story. I've still been kind of working on to see what kind of works for me at night, and I really haven't found it. Yeah, but we've been destroying the morning times. The morning time offered really two good entries if you would have just been patient and waited on them. You could have took the breakout this morning and just got a bunch of points. But what we did is we waited for the pushback through the 15 minutes. But we only took 20 points though, unfortunately. But you did get a retest. This is the trade that I really, really missed, that I hate that I missed this trade here, where we had a deep pullback and we retested that 15 minutes that we have marked out here from 8 o'clock to 8:15. And as you can see, it just went straight up the rest of the day. So a really, really nice opening this morning, but we definitely didn't take advantage of it like we should have. But it was still a win. And that put us at 53,200, which is basically 3,200. And we need to basically make another $400 to get to. Yeah, I'm going to start trying to look for silver trades. I've been watching it. These are the silver charts. Apparently that first inside bar of the night on the silver charts is really good. So let's see. Like, there's no way you would have to. I mean, that's like $700 of risk. I'm hoping it would pull it up first, because you would have been short there. If you do a 1 for 1, it didn't quite give you the 1 for 1, but man, It's still $600 to the downside. I'm just not sure which side of the wick would have pushed up first here, but this would have been the first inside bar. Is that iShare? I'm not sure what iShare is. This is silver. The silver contracts. Then also, this is for the Bitcoin micros, for anybody that's trying to trade Bitcoin. So it looks like we're back up at 70,000. You would have to play with the micros because I'm not really sure how much the micro contracts are. So this price action is super tough tonight, guys. Good job if you're able to get green out of this. Dude, is this thing gonna, man? This thing's been playing with this 29 level all night. It's just been insane. What do we got left on this candle? We're about to have a new 5-minute candle too. I know if I try to short this, I'm going to get trapped. There's the 25 level. We get the look away, guys, look away. This is an eval only, guys. Remember, we don't trade funded accounts this time of the night. These are evals only. This 29 level is going to be the death of me. I don't care what it does after it hits 10. I just want to hit the 10, then it can do whatever it wants to do. Uh-oh. Might have to try to DCA into it if it starts pulling back too deep on us. Remember, this is normal nighttime price action with all these little quick push down, quick hits and all that stuff. So the nighttime price action is insane. Come on. I'm hoping this push right here will get us down to the 80s. 280s. Oh, is it going to lose to 29 again? Remember, nighttime, you got to be patient. Last time I wasn't patient, and this thing did go up, what, almost 20 points. So this time we're going to be patient and wait it out. I guess I should have pulled fib on this leg to make sure this wasn't a leg. So I have to be kind of aware of that. No, we pushed over 60%. I really don't want to have to try to DCA out of this trade, but that's looking like what may happen. Dirty, dirty, dirty. I will ride this up to the 70s, 62 area, because that 62 is kind of like a super trend line for the hourly candle. And so if it can't break that at 62, it should move back down. Come on. What time is it? Oh, it's the top of the hour. Come on. 9 o'clock. We should get a move here. A lot of times that nighttime likes to move like at the top of the hour, or either at the top of the hour or like the 30-minute candle. Anytime we get those new 1 hour, 30-minute candles, a lot of times you'll get a little pop here in the nighttime. Ooh, that was probably, I hope that's not my last chance to go break even. I'm not going to lie, the last few weeks, trying to short the previous low of the PM session has been actually a battle. It worked out pretty good for a while. You can almost be guaranteed 25 points, which I guess it kind of did give you 25 points here. But most of the time, if you lose that previous day low from the New York session, we just continue down for the rest of the night. But the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been that way. We're trading the MNQ AI. So these would be micros for 25K accounts. So these are small accounts. What do we got left on this? We got still a minute, 40 seconds left on this candle. I'm having a hard time seeing your name. Sorry. let me put it over here. I just have 3 chats going on, and I have the ones on the bottom kind of scrunched pretty small, and I can't see it that well. No, 29. Oh my goodness. We done had multiple chances to get out of this trade, and we're still going to hold. So I hope you get the first boot up. Now, are you going to try to trade crypto with that, Jake? Dude, if you got an opportunity to take money out, MWC, I would take money all the day. Oh, I was just looking at your initials. That's all I could barely see is that AI or A. I don't know. The wording was so small at the bottom of my charts on my screens. I couldn't tell what your actual name was. Yeah, if you're already at 50K, 7,000 in those accounts, I would definitely take money out. Even if you just take a money just to pay yourself back. That's pretty good with Apex. I have a hard time not breaking Apex rules. I know I'm about $400 away from a $1,000 payout, and shoot, as soon as I hit that, I'm going to take my $1,000. So I would never leave money into prop firms, at least not a lot. And that's what you can at least draw what $4,000 out of those accounts, 4,500. Boy, the consolidation is real tonight, guys. To me, I find nighttime very hard. Uh, did 4K Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but could have lost it today. That's pretty good if you're that good at trading crypto. I have no clue what I'm doing when I'm looking at crypto. I'm just like, I took it on some sim account trades. Where is it at? But this is what the crypto charts look like. But these are micros, so I'm not sure how many micros it takes to do a mini in contracts with them. This is silver. You do the minis. Let's see. Bitcoin right there. I don't know why it does this. So I'm not really sure. Unless Bulanox doesn't let me trade minis. I don't know. Oh well. Yeah, I'll have to look at it more and more. Yeah, there's just no volume tonight, man. It's just so dead. This is kind of like the way it did all day after lunch today. It just grinded. I'd be happy with just my 10 points. Oh, we got CPI coming up this week in the morning. Okay. I didn't know it was CPI tomorrow. Let's see. Sorry about the bright white screen, guys. Core retail sales. What day is the CPI? This number or this week? See, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, okay. They're releasing non-farm payroll on a Wednesday. Huh. Okay. Explains a lot of the choppiness. Thanks for letting me know. That's going to make me iffy about trading my funded accounts, because a lot of times I try to not to trade funded accounts around non-farm payroll. Usually you get just chopped up really bad. Use Forex Factory. I've never really tried that one. Let's see what that one looks like. You said it's called, is it just Forex Factory? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that does look a lot cleaner. It looks a lot better. This is a Forex Factory for news. So basically what it does, it tells you like when red folder news is. So like tomorrow, Tuesday morning, you'll have core retail sales. Then Wednesday morning, you'll have average hourly earnings, non-farm payroll, unemployment rates, GDP Thursday, and CPI Friday. So yeah, a lot of news this week, guys. Yeah, that does look a lot better. Thanks. I've heard someone mention that before, but I don't think I've ever looked at it. Okay. Nice. So if anybody's looking for something to look for, like good red folder news, like if you just kind of want to know what news is that day, look at Forex Factory. So their page looks pretty good. Ooh, we don't get that. We're just looking for 10 points, guys. I still like that 80 target down there for the last contract. Oh, there we go. Had to wait that one out a little bit. All right, we're just going to stay right above that 29 level and see if that 29 level holds this time. Last time we pushed all the way down to the 300s or so, and we pretty much just ripped back up. So down to the 300s here. Yeah, so tomorrow I think we will start taking it careful this week. We will still look for our opening morning trade because to me it doesn't really matter what's going on. Well, unless the charts are jacked up, we won't mess with it. But like I said, we're on like a 2-3 week win streak with the opening trade. The opening trade has actually become my favorite. So basically what we're doing is we're using the higher time frame when taking this almost with a 15-minute candle. So this is a 4-hour candle, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. So this morning we pretty much ran this 4-hour candle. See, then it was straight up the whole time. We were green on 3 fundeds and red on the other, but the one that I usually copy trade is this one right here, the one that we're up 3,200. So I'm hoping by the end of this week or next week we'll reach that payout range. And if you go back and look at this, I've noticed this from doing the opening so much. Every now and then it'll get off, but it's almost like a repeat of the same thing that happens over and over a lot of mornings. Look, big wick down, push up. This used to be, if I can catch it, sometimes I miss it if I'm not paying attention. But this morning, I think I did take something out of this one. I can't remember. I think we had like a $120 win on this one here. But I know we traded 3 different accounts this morning, but I don't quite remember every position. I just know the very first one, but I can go back and show you Friday and Thursday, and they look just like this, the same pattern. So this would be Thursday. Look, push down. You run all these previously hourly. Long ways from running the bottom of that 4-hour candle, but the same thing. So basically what we do is we take the long as it's coming out of the top of the 15-minute on the other side. All right. Look at this one. Same thing. Big wick to the downside. Very first move. Ran the previous 4-hour candle or hourly candle. Let's see. No, 4 hour was way up there. Then took the long as it breaks out the top side. And this is the 8 o'clock to 8:15 candle or 9 o'clock to 9:15 candle, depending on what time zone you're in. Now, this one was a little bit different. So this one, I played it off of the previous 50% pullback. So you can see that this one had a pullback. See all this consolidation. This is what we were looking at. We took this one and we took the short out the bottom side. So, oh, it don't go back any farther. I'd have to adjust my charts. But that's how we've been trading the openings. For anybody that's looking for a way to trade the openings, if you like that super fast volatility where you're just getting your trades instant, it's like every day I start trading them because I know I haven't lost in a while. So I'm like, I'm anticipating that loss at the opening. I'm just waiting for it to happen. I don't know if anybody ever has that issue like where you just have this one setup you do over and over. It's like, okay, today's probably going to be the day. Because nothing's usually 100% in trading. It's all about just, how much you're willing to lose. Oh, goodness. This thing just does not want to stay away. No, we're about to get stopped out. Our runner. So guys, whenever you see me with negative drawdown like this, it's usually my runner that's in negative drawdown. So basically what it is, I'll use a contract of profit. So that's why a lot of times I'll do the little 10 points. I'll try to get my 10 points. I know it's a little different in the Asia market. So it's almost like I feel like I should just take my 10 points and walk away. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll look for that 10 points. Then this way I can have a 10 point to 15 point negative drawdown without really risking a lot and see if we can get the bigger move. Ooh, look at that 29 hold. What time is it? We still got 10 minutes. For the bottom of the hour. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. It says the Bulanox Sim 1 account under Command Center for 100K. Do you get a Sim account? Yes. Yep. Yep. You can trade a Sim account. That's what I've been doing with Silver. See, this is a Sim account. You see how it says Sim right there? Sim 101 or Sim account. So you can use those to practice. Jake. The 100K. What size Bulanox accounts did you end up getting, Jake? Usually we don't recommend anything over the 50K. No, if you're 14, I don't really have any recommendations. I probably wouldn't put in there that you're under 18 wills if you're going to other lobbies and asking for help, just because I don't know if we're allowed to say that kind of, give that kind of information to people under 18 without, legal issues or possible getting in trouble for it. Because most of my lobbies are supposed to be 18 and older. Oh, you're okay. I'm 18. I was just lying saying I was 14. Oh, goodness. Pretty funny there, Wills. That's a good one. If you're new to trading, I probably would never recommend trading your own cash until you've either traded on a Sim account. What's up, Christian? On a Sim account or maybe a prop firm account, like a cheap prop firm account. So the cheap prop firms out there are probably like Apex and Bulanox right now. Bulanox is a little bit more expensive on the back end, but they don't have as many strict rules with their prop firm accounts. Apex is cheaper on the back end. Upfront costs, I want to say the cheapest one is probably what is that called? Ludicrous, Lucif accounts. They're pretty. They're a little bit more up front, but overall they're the cheapest overall because they don't continue to charge a rebill fee. Yeah, it would be very easy to lose all your money trading if you were putting cash in there, man. I'd be very eerie about that. Most people who start out trading, if they say they started out trading, putting their real funds in there without really spending a year or two just practicing with a sim account or practicing with a paper account or prop firms, most of them will tell you they end up losing their money. Uh, I couldn't tell you right offhand. I did look at on this account the other day because see, I'm trading prop firm accounts. So this account that I have, I'm close to $1,000 payout on. So technically, it's all my money if I can get to the levels I need to get to. My first level to hit is going to be 53,600. So once I get to the 600s, I can withdraw 1,000, and then you can just repeat that. I think after 3 withdrawals of 1,000, you can take all the money out. So if you wanted to take off, 3 or 4,000 that you have in there, you can. Or you can just keep it active and just, hopefully you don't go tilt and you can just constantly withdraw from it. That should be the actual goal. At least it is for me. All right, we're finally getting another little push down here, guys. So, we do have a lot of news coming up this week, so be careful this week. I didn't realize that we had all these levels. How have you been lately, Christian? How's your trading been going? Dude, I'm still grinding my Bewley accounts, man. we're getting there. Okay, good deal. Yeah, anything over a 50K is usually not. I don't recommend what Bulanox, Jake. If you're going to use Bulanox, a bigger account, I would recommend just going somewhere else because their activation fee is too expensive on anything over a 50K. Once I have this one pass, I'll have 5 Apex Bewley fundeds. And what I like about those, Jake, once you pay for 3, the other ones just kind of sit in the sidelines. And you don't have to pay for them. You just pay for the eval, and then they just sit in fundeds because the way Bewley works is so. So once you pass them, they'll sit in pending like that. So you can have up to 10 counts and funded, all sitting in pended. And that way you don't have to pay for them. They just sit there until they don't activate until you get one of your other accounts over the threshold. So if you do get an account over the threshold, you can actually use their money to pay for your funded. Excuse me. Oh, so you did get it to connect or did not? It says, well, I got my Bueller knots to connect. Then I restarted as per instruction. Then it's not connecting now. I'm done. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to, that's why I tried to make some kind of instructions on how to do it. I know it is Ninja Trader is very tough to set up when you first start out, but once you get it set up, it works really smoothly. You just got to get through those initial setups. I don't know why they make it so difficult. That's why a lot of times, anytime a new trader asks about trading, I always recommend TradingVate because TradingVate's so much simpler to set up than Ninja. Ninjas, it can just be insane to set up. It's cheaper to set up a TradingVate account and trade on Ninja than set up a Ripnik account with Ninja. Quantower is not too bad to set up. Oh, your laptop is, you said, struggling a little bit. Oh yeah, and trust me, I probably wouldn't have bought a nice PC. I wasn't streaming. That's the only reason why I have a decent PC, because I'm running so many different apps. Because right now you got to think we're streaming vertical, horizontal on TikTok and YouTube. So this is why a lot of times I miss the chat, because I have like three different chats up, and so a lot of times that's why I'll be missing my chats. Is anybody here watching the Fallout series on Prime? I just started watching that. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, because I was kind of a fan of the Fallout video game, and I just started watching that the other day. I think I'm on like the 5th episode of season 1, but it's been pretty good for anybody that was a fan of Fallout video games. Fallout and Borderland. Yeah, I started watching the Fallout series on Prime. But I also like that one guy who plays the Ghoul. What's his name? That guy there, Goggins. That guy right there is hilarious. I liked him a lot. And what is it? The Notorious Righteous Gemstones. Gemstones. That's it. The Righteous Gemstones from HBO Max. Now that there is like an insane, crazy show. Oh goodness. Let's see. You started out on a few months ago on Stash and moved to Weeble. Okay. See, I've never tried the Weeble snakes. So this is the one thing about nighttime trading. It always comes back. Like it's weird. Like if you get yourself in drawdown, almost probably 80% of the time, the nighttime market's going to come back to your entry. Oh, there's not much difference. Okay, so the Weeble is similar to Ninja Trader snakes, or that Stash. The Stash and Weeble is the same. Jay, we're just trading micro NQs. So we're trading small accounts on prop firms. Usually we're trading 25Ks and 50Ks. So we have one eval in 6 or 7 different funded accounts between Beulah Knox and Apex. In the Tokyo session, I usually only trade funded accounts, because I don't really have a whole lot of experience with trading the Tokyo market. I just started back in December, the 1st of December, kind of trading Tokyo market pretty consistently, but not enough where I'm comfortable. It just seems like it's a hit and miss some nights whenever I'm trading this market. Now, last week we had some good movement in the Asia market, and it made it so easy to trade. Like we had some really good sessions last week, but I think with all the news coming out this week with the CPI numbers and the non-farm payroll, that the market's probably just going to be waiting on those numbers to get released, and it's just going to be a chop fest the next few days. Has a 6-hour delay. How do you even trade with those type of delays? Like 90 seconds? Is that when you're trading on a 90-second delay, is that kind of like you're swing trading? Oh, the look is what I was speaking of. Okay. I didn't know about those delays like that. Is that something you have to pay for? Like if you want it like market data snakes? Hopefully by the end of the night we can get down to 80. The reason why I like I, I think that maybe we sell off tonight, but I think it's just going to take a while. Is if you see how far maybe we run this tomorrow, and maybe tonight we just rerun the New York, London highs up down here, or even the Asia. So right now we're targeting the 220. 280 is our target to the downside. So this is how we pretty much got our target. So got all these big wicks down here. So that's why I was thinking that 66 to 70 would be our next target to the downside. So we're going to play off that about 10 or 20 points. So that's why we're targeting the 80s. If you guys are curious. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Where it's showing that you place your order, but you don't see it till, a minute and a half later. Okay. Ooh. Yes. Yes, because if you don't save them, you'll have to redo them over and over again. So what you do is you go up to Workplace, and you can say put new on your charts, and then you save it. See, save. Then you can hit save as and name it. Then I save it every time I leave. If not, everything that you've done will go away, and it sucks because you have to do it all over again. I had to redo my charts over tonight because for some reason, every time I put the buy or sell button on there, the line would be black, so you couldn't see the line. All you would see is this and this. So. Ooh, I gotta take some points out of this. See, this thing could bounce at the 90 and come all the way back up, guys. What do we got left on this candle? We got 2 minutes, so I think we would get down there. We got 2 minutes left on this candle. Yeah, I don't know if I'd watched one on the saving it. I guess I didn't really think about the saving, but I do have one that if you don't want to have the white backgrounds. I don't know if you guys how hard it is to watch these charts when the screens are white. Like it hurts my eyes. We got time to get there. Come on. We got a minute 50 seconds left on this candle. No, Nani. Remember, guys, I always tell everybody the hardest levels to trade is between the 10 and the 90. Oh, man. So there's your 90 bounce. We still got a minute left on this 5-minute candle. Jay, we are trading the MNQ. I don't know if I've answered that question or not. If I have, I'm sorry. So there's the NQ, which is minis, and those are $20 a point. And then there's micro NQ, which is $2 a point. And most of the time we're trading between 1 to 3 to 4 micros. So 4 micro or 4 contracts would be $8 a point. 3 micros is 6. You know, kind of get it. It's $2 a contract, and it takes 10 micros to create a mini. So if you do want to trade the mini using micros, you can. You just, this way it allows you to remove contracts. And this way you can say, okay, for 8 contracts, I'm just looking for 10 points. Then the other 2, I'm looking for 10 or 20. Then the other one, you know, if you can get a nice 50, 60 point move. I really hope the 300 holds here. I do not want it to come back up there and to the teens. I almost rather just take my 20-point win here, because last time we left 20 points on the table. All right, if it breaks 90, we'll go to 15. I'd almost rather re-enter if it stops me out than give up all the profit. Like I said, that's the only thing about nighttime trading, is you cannot go to break even too fast, because the market always comes back in the nighttime. Like, if I had to guess, I would think it would want to go up here and retest the 10s if the 300 level cannot hold. Like I said, we're not going to let this come all the way back up here to into the 20s. So I'd rather just take the 15 points. It's pretty funny. Things like right there at it. All right, there she goes. All right. So we can always re-enter this. We just have to look for maybe something back below the 300 here. You kind of want to see this 10 get hit. That's usually the pretty normal, like this area right here to get hit, then have a push back down. Or a push up to like the, 16s where that 9 EMA is sitting. That also can be a possible. Yeah, I know. I did that while ago, Flo, but you got to think I cost myself $40 or $50 earlier because I let it come back and stop me out. So I didn't want to do that twice because we were in it on this short right here too. We got down to the 95s and ended up coming all the way back up to the 55s. And so that's why I didn't want to do that twice. So we left a little bit on the table. Actually, pretty much went to break even. So we hit first contract, and the second one I had the runner that I was trying to leave for the move down to 80 last time. And yeah, so I didn't want to do it 2 times in a row. So I was like, okay, we got to at least take something. I can't have a total of be at 40 points on 2 trades and not take anything. So I'd rather just take it and just see if we can re-enter. So, excuse me. Let's see. I forgot to turn on methodical, man. Ooh, maybe. What time is it? 45? Got a new 15-minute candle. So, let's see. What is the DOL? The large up move? Oh, come on. I'm pretty much in the nighttime semi or I'm usually doing support and resistance. So my support and resistance is pretty much or that 29 level. So we're using the ICT kill zones for support levels or just we did have a nice little move up to the upside while ago. Let me stretch this out some here. So we did have this last little pump here, but it didn't make a new high. So right now we're just been using the New York PM lows for support level. That's where most of our trades have come off of. The last 2 trades have come off the break below the 29. And we have such a long ways to the downside to retest the Asia highs from yesterday or last night, 266. So this is why I was kind of looking for the 280 range earlier. Then if we break this, you'll might get a big move tonight. I mean, most of the time we always want to kind of rerun these lows, and you can kind of see the low from all the way back down to the 25K. But we do have CPI numbers, non-farm payroll. We have a lot of news this week, so I mean, I guess if you want to look for draw liquidity to the upside, you would have to need to move all the way back up to what 250s, 260s. But I don't think we get through all this consolidation. I think this is just way too much consolidation for the volume we have for the nighttime to get through. Like I'm still looking for shorts. I still want to take a short back below 300. And we will use the kind of the then kind of my line in the sand is going to be the 13 in the teens for if we do have to pull back, then we can just maybe add into it if we do pull back up there. So 16. Nice, Jake. I'm glad you're able to get most of that figured out. I know it's a lot of work trying to get that figured out. All right, 5-minute candle. If we hit the first target at that 90 level, we'll just go to break even. Got to break those 95s. We break the 95s, you should get the push. Now, if we struggle to get past those 95s, that's where I get a little bit on the worried side. $16 is my line in the sand. That's where I'll be looking for a possible 21 pullback up to the 16. Yeah, no, I hear Methodical Man over there trading gold. I haven't got any gold charts set up. I do have a silver set up to watch and Bitcoin. So we're just in this for 2 contracts, if anybody's curious. Like I said, we're trading small. So like right now, this trade, if we closed it, we're down 20 bucks. I trade super small in the evenings. This way I don't get myself in any trouble. And because the next day of the New York, you always can find really good moves in the New York session. All right, here's my line in the sand, that's 16. We start getting above that 16, we'll probably just close our trade. Just hit the 16. Remember, usually if it starts hitting it multiple times, it's probably not going to last. Is that what you're trading right now, Seminole? Is the gold? Yeah, sounds good, Jake. Yeah, this is Snake. I'm sorry I missed your message. This is what is it? Future contracts. So I don't think. See, I've never really done the stocks, bonds, and ETFs. It says I jumped over to MNQ looking for a move down again, and the huge up from earlier. Yeah, I was hoping that we would get a huge move down. That's what I've been looking for tonight. I've kind of got myself into short bias tonight, looking for shorts. Just because we had such a big move up today, I would think that we would be moving down, but we're at another level that we need to see hold, which is the 16. Then the next one's going to be 318. So if we close our trade here, all it would do is just take away from the profit from our last trade. Yeah, we've also been watching silver too. These inside bars have been moving pretty good. If you want to look at silver, not sure if that's a 1-for-1. This one was pretty close. Let me set one up for gold too, since a lot of you guys like to watch gold. I don't have gold on here selected. Gold is what? CG or GCL? Shoot, I don't forgot what the abbreviation for gold was. Shoot. Okay, GCJ. Okay. Is that right? The right price here? The 5070? All right. I haven't really messed on with trading gold, but I have been trying to work on trading silver lately. Uh, Michael. So the 16 did hold. Now are we going to get the continue push down to the downside here? I don't know if we can withstand a second 16 push. If we hit up 16 again, we're probably going back up to the 29.30 here. All right, got a new 5-minute candle. Hopefully no one over leveraged tonight and didn't, if you had any kind of mistakes on over leverage accounts, hopefully it wasn't too bad. If you're new here, guys, I don't over leverage in the nighttime. Usually we're under leveraged because nighttime movements is very slow. Because if you get yourself in trouble at nighttime, it's so hard to make your profits back. You just don't have that high volume like you do in the New York session to get back your losses. So be careful if you're over leveraged. We're not going to over leverage this one because we're so close to passing. I'm pretty sure in the next few days we should be able to get this passed because we only need like 140 bucks. So I would think between the next couple of days we can get that pass. This way we can still trade it in the evenings, and if we can just stay, $50 to $100 max loss if we do take a loss. All right. We got a new 4-hour candle starting here, guys. New 5-minute, new hourly candle. So this will probably give us our direction here. If this thing, hopefully this thing just continues down here. I don't want to see the pullback all the way up there to that freaking 29.30 level. And I don't want to see it make a little bull flag, bear flag here. I'm hoping since it already broke this candle that it's going to continue down. We don't want it to run this candle here. Or maybe if it does have to run it, a little wick. I don't know if this is considered an order block here. This may be... No. Trying to make it easier for anybody that can see. We're still looking for that 80 hit possible. Ooh, a little 4-hour new candle price action. Come on. Five more points. We break this 95, it should go, because that was kind of some resistance there at that 95 a while ago on that previous hourly candle. I want to go to break even as soon as it hits that 90 level. Uh-oh. Damn it. We're still, I don't know what it is at that 95 level. Come on. Pop the 95, we should get that 90 push. There she go. Nope. Come on. She just tapped a little toe on the other side of it. She didn't really break it with her body. She just stuck the leg out. Come on. Those are nothing the worst. This nighttime price action is insane. You have to sit through, you gotta be so patient to trade this crap. Man, I don't want to sit through drawdown again. I don't think I will. I think if it tries to start coming back up, we're just going to close this and re-enter, because I do not want to sit through like 10 points of drawdown. Because I know if it comes back again, it's going to have to probably go all the way up there to the teens, up to the 20s. And I don't want to sit through 20 points of drawdown. As soon as if we hit the 90, like I said, we'll go to break even. And right now we're just going to risk 5 points. So if it comes back and stops us out, we'll just take our 5-point loss and move on to the next trade. I don't see how people can be in super heavy at this time of the night, man. I just couldn't do it. I'd be on the edge of my seat if you're in like a few minis or something. Oh. Dirty, dirty guys. Come on. Oh, new 5-minute candle. Son of a bee. Come on, 5-minute candle. All right, we got the 38% pullback. We're good. That means we're still super bullish. I mean, bearish. Dude, what's the dealio, man? Take out the 20. Take out the 20. All right. Now it's all up to the trading gods if we were going to get this 80 level or not. That 80 level will be my last target for the night. I think 66 is going to be kind of the line in the sand before we start running to some resistance again. So we could close the trade out now and be up right at 90 bucks. Or if we can take it at the 80, that would put us a little over 100 bucks for the night for the account. So that's where we're at tonight on the eval. So we haven't made a lot. We're just kind of just chipping away at it. So like I said, I only need to make $1,500. So we're only right now less than 100 bucks away. Now she's getting a little bit of oomph behind her, isn't she? We got that new 4-hour candle. All right, so we're going to at least take 5 points out of this. This way, if it comes back up to 95. Just be careful around the 80s to 60 ranges. There could be a possible good bounce in that area. All right, we're going to go down to 90 because we're only 5 points away from our target. And so this way, if we don't get it and it decides to make a return, we're only out 20 bucks. Like I said, we could close it now, be over 100. I'm not gonna lie, man. That 29 got me a few times tonight because we've been short bias all night, especially under 29. That 29 has been my line in the sand for the shorts tonight. And dude, I think even taking this at 80 is probably still leaving a lot on the table because I feel like we have a long ways to the downside, like overall tonight. All right, we're going to at least lock in the 10. This way, if we can't get to the 80 here and it has to come back up and retest the whole number, or even do like a 50% retest, we're pretty far away from our 9 EMA. So could easily get like a big pullback here. So just be aware of that. Shoot, we're about to have a new 5-minute candle. All right. Let's see what happens with this new 5 minutes candle. Do we get the continuous boner down, or do we get a big boner back to the top side? All right, let's pull fib on this real quick and see. The 50% is sitting right here at 91. So if this 38 holds, 38% holds, we're continuing down. 50% is the line in the sand here. If you lose the 50%, you're going back up. So pretty close. If this area holds, we should get the push. This will definitely probably be my last trade of the night, guys. You took the 50 scalp. Nice. Yeah, we had a nice little pullback for a new leg right here. But heck, I was already short, so I didn't want to add to my entry. Is that a $50 scalp? What you're saying, Seminole? All right. Like I said, if the 50 to the 40% of your previous big 5-minute candle holds, that means whatever direction you're going in, that the bulls or bears or whatever is going, that means they're still in control. So as long as that area holds, you can anticipate that the short's going to continue here. As long as you don't overextend 50% of your previous 5-minute candle. A lot of times whenever I'm in positions and I already see us losing this 50 something percent, you might as well just go and get out. What's up, Ben? How have you been? Yeah, it should put I'm at $100 now, so I almost want to just close it and not even worry about it. Honestly, because what's a few more dollars if I hit freaking 12 more dollars if I hit 80 right here? So I almost just want to go and close it because I'm just looking for 80 to get hit. I think I will. Let's see. We're at 90. Shoot. Come on. Looks like we're stuck. $150 if we close below the 280s. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance in that area. This is a slow 5-minute candle, guys. I can't believe that we're just stuck here. Trying to see what do we have over here. All right. Might get stopped out here. That's okay, though. This is some really tough price action tonight, guys. I'm not going to lie. This price action has been very tough to trade tonight. You have to be so patient and just sit here and just watch it grind like 5 points or 5 or 10 points every 10, 15 minutes. Okay, if this candle can break this green candle, we should get the move. There's the break. Come on. Push it. Don't come back up here. Gotta talk to the nasty girl, guys. Like, tell her to give her instructions. There she goes. Come on. Just like 2 points away. Buy sides at 87. There she goes. Yay. She made it. She was on the struggle bus getting down there. Look for a 75 balance here, guys. If you're, I didn't want to battle those 80s to 60s. That's why we chose the 80s. So you got these big wicks here. Oh, come on, work, mouse. See, got all this right here at the 75. So you could get a nice bounce here at the 75s. Let's see if we get it. Two big wicks there, guys. I just don't see how they don't bounce at 75 here. So you could hit a 75 and bounce all the way back up to the whole number, or at least a 9 or 21 EMA here. All right, so that's probably going to be my last entry for the night. So we're able to get up $115 in the good old Tokyo session. And that's usually pretty good for myself if we can get over $100 in this time of the night because we're trading so small. So it means tomorrow all I need to make is $50 and we'll have our fifth funded with Bewley. So nice if you're able to at least take a little green tonight. Hopefully you didn't get yourself into any kind of like crazy bad drawdown. What about yourself, Seminole? How are you still holding your short down to possible 250? All right, guys. Like I said, I'll stay on here for about maybe another 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm not going to be taking. See, you got to close below 280. I need a candle to close below 280. So you got to have a candle to close below 280 for your entry. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. This is a nice entry that I like during the New York session. So you get this big like bullish or bearish, and you get this small little green candle next to it. Most of the time you'll get like this nice little push to the downside. There's that 75, not quite 75 area, but what, 78? Like I said, I didn't want to battle all this, so this is why I chose the 80 target. Excuse me. All right, let's see what happens here. Anytime you get this far away from your EMAs, it's like you're just waiting for that pullback. I'm glad to be done with that crap. Ugh. Some of these long trades that you take in the evenings are just so excruciating. Yeah, if we could close below that 280, I'm going to. I like that type of trade too on the second push Seminole. So since you already got one hit, that the second hit would be like, that's what I like to trade. I like to trade in between whole numbers. So I never take trades into whole numbers. All my trades is usually the second hit off of whole numbers, and I'll take them in between. So like if 50 is my support, let's just say 50 support, and I'm thinking it's going to go back up, I would start off with my trade between like the 60 and 75 and looking for 10 points, then trying to see what we can get on our runner. So that's usually how I'll trade when we're trying to be a little bit more on the conservative side, just looking for that quick 10-point burst. And that way I'm still allowed to have like a 10 points in drawdown, depending on what the support and resistance is that I'm using. And so, but in the New York session, it's so it's just ramped up so fast that most of the time you don't have to. It's just real quick. Last week was tough, man. The size of the candles last week on the 5-minute candles were like 100 points, man. It was insane to try to trade those. Oof. Wow. We saw this coming all the way, guys. I didn't think it was going to happen so early. I thought we would get a push a little bit deeper into the 75s, the 65s before we got that bounce. I didn't expect us to bounce this early. I mean, it's not a big bounce, but overnight, like I said, it sucks to sit through 15, 20 points of drawdown in this nighttime. Look at this inside bar. The inside bar paid super well. For anybody that is looking for like a strategy to play on this silver, I don't know if you would take them all. I think if you just took the first one, you could have had you a nice $500 or $600 victory here. Your entry would have been here as it popped this inside bar. It went down $635 before it popped back up, and that's just what one micro. Let's see. This thing's got a pretty high win percentage, that first inside bar on the. Let's see. First. That inside bar might have failed. That's Sunday night. Yeah, this first one was kind of a fail, but didn't really risk a lot on this first one. So at least you wouldn't have lost as much. The second one banged. The third one banged. The fourth one banged. This one, I don't know. That's cutting it pretty close. I think you only can do it between 5 and 9 or 6 and 9 or something. Hopefully, Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to start trading elusive account too. We're going to sign up for elusive account Wednesday. If you're good at passing evals, Elusive is probably one of your cheapest like upfront costs, and plus you don't have no renewals, so you don't have to worry about paying that monthly fee. But I mean, if you're not very good at passing evals, I probably don't recommend it, because you're kind of putting what, 70 to 90 bucks up front, and that's a lot to put up front if you're not very good at passing evals. I mean, that's just like paying for almost a funded account and not, failing it. Oh, you signed up for Elusive today? Yeah, that's who I'm getting ready to start trading to. I was waiting for myself to finish this eval with Bulanox first. I'm almost done. I need to make another 50 bucks. Because this is a 25K, so I'm at 26,448 right now. So we only got to make 50 more bucks, and so we'll probably just try to make that tomorrow, or the next day, or whenever. Then we will look into I've already been looking into Elusive. I just haven't signed up for them. I do like the fact that they don't have that renew fee. Like, you can sign up for it and take all the time you need to pass it. So it doesn't put that pressure on where, I know what some of the accounts, like, it just has that constant renewal, like month after month. And if you don't have a lot of trading time, or, you just feels like it just puts that pressure on you. And sometimes, yeah, no consistent. Well, I don't, that one doesn't really, I know what some people, I guess, if you go in heavy on those big trades, but I would never go in heavy. But I mean, I guess people can go, hell, that'd be good to go long and short. Just go long and short. I just don't get caught doing it. I'm pretty sure they don't allow it. I bought one today and is going to try it. Yeah, I'm hoping to have one pass by the end of the month, Michael. I use a mini on evals and 2 micro. Okay, yeah, that sounds about the way I would be trading 2 mag. Is yeah, I'm done too, Seminole. I'm just kind of hanging out for like till the 10:30 and just watching. I'm not taking any more trades. I'm happy making 115 bucks in the Asia market. So this was a hard fought 115 bucks on an eval. So tomorrow we'll just look to see if we can get that 15. Yeah, very, very possible. You know how it is when we're, making higher highs throughout the day. The NQ just don't stop moving up. I just hope the news doesn't mess up the charts tomorrow. That would probably be the only crappy thing. But I'm also pretty close to a payout with Bulanox too, guys. I only need $400 more to get a payout with Bulanox. So I'm hoping and I'm iffy to even what to do this week because of the news we have this week. So if the charts are messed up in the morning by the news play, we're not even going to trade it, because this week is a very heavy news. We got non-farm payroll. We have CPI numbers. I mean, so much news going on this week. So we'll just see what happens in the morning. But I'll be here in the morning to take that opening range trade. So we take it every morning. Like I said, I think we're on like a 2 or 3 win streak right now with the opening trade. So I've been pointing this out to people. You could trade this multiple ways. So if you want to be safe, this is the safer play if you want to be safe with this opening trade. Now, this play does not happen every day, but it has been happening in the last few days. So what you want to do is you want to look for a big move out of this opening 15-minute candle. This is how I trade my opening every single day. These are, if you're new here, I don't explain this to plenty of times to everybody, but this is the 4-hour candle, 1 hour, 1 hour, and 1 hour. And this makes the high and low of the 4-hour candle that we're constantly trading. And you can see that we ran that previous 4-hour candle right there. We ran the previous 4-hour candle. Then what we're looking here is for the 50% of this candle to hold. And it did hold this morning, but I still didn't like the short. So what we ended up doing is just waiting for it to come out the top side. And so this is where we took our entry this morning. But that's not the safe entry. The safe entry is right here. If you're looking for the safe entry, this one, this pullback into this 15-minute candle from 9 o'clock to 9:15, that is your safe entry. If you're looking for a safe entry, this is the one I try to take most days on my at least one funded account. And if you pull fib on that whole move this morning, and you can see that we just barely pulled back, what, 40% of the total move. And if you know, if we're pulling back only 40% of this total move, that it's going to stay bullish. And you can almost do this all the way up. So this is that leg. This next one got to about the 50% pullback. And then we just pretty much just grind higher all day. Very choppy the rest of the day. The CPI always moves fast. Oh, oh, are you talking about when it's released? Oh, yeah, no doubt. When it's released, we're going to have some crazy moves this week that's going to be jacking up the candles. And I don't like trading when like you have that big like 100, 200 point candle and the charts are so messed up that it's so hard to trade those correctly for myself. So I just stay away from them. Well, here's another leg. Let's see what kind of pullback we got on the fib here. So this is the previous swing. So that's the previous high. This is your second leg high. If this holds, that would be back into your golden pocket of your Fibonacci, which is the 60 to 70% pullback, or the, what, 0.618 or whatever they call it. People call it different things. I use percentage base. Then you can kind of pull fib on this whole move today and see what kind of pullback that you can anticipate tonight. So here's the low. Let's see. That's that one leg. So I'd go all the way there. So I guess that was a nice 23% pullback on this leg. So I don't know. Oh, man. Let's see where this last one pulled back before we continue higher. So this was the last leg, what, from Friday or Thursday, something like that, before we look at that one. Come on. Oh well. Sorry about this charts being kind of scrunched up together here. The one from last week that has a similar setup to what we're looking at now, you could just get a pullback into the previous 4-hour candles. So if you kind of look at this overall from this leg, like this whole leg, then the pullback, we pulled back into those previous 4-hour candles. So you might get the same thing with this one overnight. I mean, I probably won't be here to watch it, but uh-oh. I don't know why it does this here. All right, so let's pull fib on this and see if this is the 50%, 60% on top of this, on top of these candles here at the 4 hour. Oh, to the money, guys. And that's pretty wild. Yep. Look, the 50% would retest this previous 4 hour candle at the 200s. So this could be our bounce area tonight going into the London session if you're trading the overnight session. And that would be almost like a repeat of your previous entry too. And see, this is something I've noticed with the opening too, guys. If you go back and start looking at all the openings and looking at this pattern here happens quite a bit. It does change, but this pattern does happen quite a bit that I've noticed. So this was today's pattern. Look, big push down, big push out, retest the 15 minutes, go. So that was today's market. Or yeah, this morning, look, big push down, big push out, retest of the 15 minutes. Even though it was a little bit on the sloppy side, it's still retested for the big move to the top side. This one would have been Thursday, so you didn't get the retest on this one. This one actually sold through, but we did get the long. So the only part that was missing was the retest for the move back up. This one, I want to say, was I played more off of the, if you pull fib on this, I pull fib on a lot of stuff. So just think of this as an hourly candle. If you pull it down, you can see that we pull 50 to 60% back into this hourly candle before the big sell-off. So this is what these squares, I use these squares for. This way I don't have to constantly go look at higher time frame. So I can constantly see where the 4 hour charts are at and all the 1 hour charts are at for the last, 8 hours. So this one was the same way. So this is how we played this the other day. For the 15 minutes, let's see. I'll show you. Let me see if I can get in a little bit closer. So this opening was a little bit different, but what we did on this one is we knew that we were making higher lows on the hourly candle. And this is something that I'll usually look at in the morning. A lot of times if you're 50% will hold from the previous hourly candle, you can almost catch the trade in the opposite direction. You can see we pretty much just hit the 50 to 60% before we pretty much sold off. This was like Wednesday morning. And so we actually grabbed this whole trade too. We actually got short somewhere around in here as soon as I saw it breaking the 50% of this 15-minute candle. And as you can see, we started making higher lows all nights. All morning. So pretty obvious that we're going to sell down. But then you can pull fib on this candle and you can see we got another 50% pullback before we dumped off again. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's funny, like the more and more you go back and look at the market, you'll notice that it'll do like 2 days of the same type price action. And it's like you'll switch up the third or fourth day. And I've just recently noticed that just from trading the opening, going back and I would upload like a year worth of price action and go back and look at every single opening to see what it did when it opening. There is a strategy for this to open, but in the morning times it's so different. There's not just one way to do it, just because it's never the same in the morning. If you're looking for a strategy to open, but you might only get it a couple times a week, maybe 3 times a week. So like on this one, what you can do is you're waiting for a high and a low. So here's your low, here's your high. Pull your fib and look for basically a move back into like your golden pocket area. Then get long once you kind of get another bullish type candle. So I would have waited for this candle to push back above the 15-minute range, because I trade off of the 15-minute candle in the morning from 9 o'clock to 9:15. Most of my entries come off of that candle. So this would have been an entry. So a high, a low, a pullback, pull fib. Look for something in the golden pocket area to hold up, which it did, around the 70%. Here's another one. Here's your low. Here's your high. You just got to pull fib on it and wait on it. Today we only got the 40% pullback, see, but it pulled back into that 15-minute candle, that little bitty baby square that you see right here. That's the 15-minute candle from 9 o'clock to 9:15. What's the ticker? This is MNQ. So this would be micros for the NQ. So this is the start of the new 4-hour candle. So like I said, we mark out the 4-hour candles from 9 o'clock tonight or 10 o'clock tonight until all morning. So this way we kind of know where the higher time frames at when we trade them. So whenever you look at my charts in the morning, that's what these boxes represent, is higher time frames. And all of my entries are based off the 15-minute candle though. So like this morning, this was my long candle here. We waited for this to print though. We got in a little bit early, but this is my long here. Once we break back above this 15 minutes. But this one had a nice retest. This is your safer entry here. So like I said, low, high, and the pullback into this 15-minute candle that we have marked out. So like I said, if you show up and look at my charts in the morning, this is the 1-hour candle, 1-hour candle, 1-hour candle, 1-hour candle. All together, it makes a 4-hour candle. So, you know, this is your 4-hour high, 4-hour low. This is your previous 4-hour high and low, and you can use those as targets. So that is something you got to be careful with in the morning, I've noticed. If you run a 4-hour low or high first, more likely it's going the opposite direction. And most of the time, that's usually what happens. And plus, we got stopped at the previous 4-hour candle, low or high over here. So pull it back, hit that. All right, guys, we will be back in the morning for the opening. But thank you guys all for watching tonight. Good luck if you're able to stay green tonight. I'm not going to lie. It was a tough green battle tonight, guys. Like every trade was just a grind. So we're up 115. I don't really do that well in the slower markets. Only reason why I one reason why I'm doing the Asia market is to stream and try to help build my YouTube channel. Because smaller YouTube channels, since this YouTube trading platform, or the trading community is oversaturated during the New York session. So this is why I find myself trading in the Asia market. But I prefer to trade New York. I've only been doing this consistently in the Asia market since December, or the first week of December. And I still kind of iffy on it. Last week we had good stuff, but tonight was tough. Like you had to sit through like 30 minutes just to get 10 points. So it was tough sledding tonight. So, but I prefer to trade the New York Open. That's my favorite thing to trade. That's where I've gotten I get most of all my wins at. I feel like I'm due for a loss though. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't lost that opening in about 3 weeks, so I feel like I'm due for a loss. So, because we're about $400 away from $1,000 payout with Bulanox, so I just feel like I'm due for a loss. So we'll just have to see what happens. If we take our loss, we just can't try to get it back. That's the key. If you take your loss, you just need to live with your loss and move on. Because in the past, whenever I've tried to get my loss back, I get myself in a deeper hole. You know, most of us have all done that. And it's worse whenever you get close to payouts. So, because I have ruined a Bulanox account one time that I was like $500 away from payout, and I ended up tilting on it. So that's been a while back, but it happens. So don't feel bad if it happens. It happens to all of us. Oh my goodness. It sucks, especially if it happens on a Friday and you got to think about it all weekend. Oh goodness. Thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful evening. And like I said, we'll be back at 9 o'clock, 9:15 in the morning. So thank you.